Hi, I'm Callum. I took my commercial license and instructor rating at Chinook Helicopters, as well as my business aviation diploma at UFV.
Hi, I'm Eva. I did my flight training at Chinook Helicopters and got my bachelor's degree in business administration and aviation at UFV.
Hi, I'm Mason. I've done almost all my flight training at Chinook Helicopters, and I did my bachelor's of aviation at UFV.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I did all of my training at Chinook Helicopters, and I did my degree in Bachelor of Business Administrations and Aviation program at UFV.
I would say that combining both of them together definitely set people apart when it comes to sending out resumes to companies and stuff like that. Having something on top of just your flight training is probably a really good standout position for you compared to other people, not just having your flight training to offer a company, I would say. Yeah.
That's a good idea because I saw on a lot of posters that companies are looking for. They say that a degree could be an asset that you stand out from a lot of the majority. Yeah.
Yeah, although it's not always required for a certain position, it definitely helps you get ahead and it makes you a more well-rounded professional as well as a great pilot.
Great points. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to go to the airlines, it's definitely something they really consider. Other operations like medevac, they might not need it as much, but it's a really good foundational thing to have for being a more well-rounded individual and pilot.
Mm-hmm. If you have to ever fall back on something, so say if your medical doesn't go through or something like that, you also have something to fall back on, and you can go to a more business rooted back end for a company or something like that, and it's super helpful to have as well in that aspect, I guess.
I feel like at Chinook we have much feels like home because everybody's close to everybody, and then we have instructors that are just care about us all the time, and then it's just giving me a bond that we belong to both parties. Yeah.
You have that community here at Chinook, especially when you're starting your flight training, and you have those other people around you that are all just wanting to try and succeed, and you kind of work with them as you go through your training. It's just such a cool experience when you both get your first solo and you can talk about that. And then UFV is also, you get a lot of relationships there. Some of the students I had many semesters with, and other ones, it was a different experience all the time. But it was really good to meet different people and just learn more about how to communicate and how to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Eva?
I think my biggest takeaway was sort of the same thing, the community, but also the standard that everyone here holds them to. We all hold each other accountable and set the standard high, aim to reach that, and it really does set you up for future employment.
Yeah. I don't know, for you, Lauren, as well, coming from Vietnam, right? Not having
families around,
family around
I
and
know.
stuff like that. That was super helpful coming to a school like Chinook and even UFV that can fit in with people and build relationships with them. And for me, being a local, I've met so many people that I still talk to this day and give me connections to do all these things in the industry, which is super good.
Right? All of us.
Yeah, exactly.
We started pretty much the same time as well, and then now we're still actually face to face now, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was super fun. I got to start the program with the same students. I did all the same courses for the first 2 years, and then the people that decided to go into the degree program, they continued, and I was kind of stopped at that point and went in a different direction with schooling and stuff like that, but I still got the diploma, and I'm super happy I did that.
So structure-wise, after the diploma courses, which we took very similarly together, you go into the more upper-level courses, and you get the chance to start some of the actual aviation courses like Biz 360, which is International Airline Transportation, and you get to meet Cyrus, who's a super cool professor, comes from managing an airline long ago, and you learn a lot from him. He's been around, and Some of my favorite classes were actually like Business 405, Strategic Management with Saeed.
Oh my god, I still remember that.
That was a great class. I think you had it, didn't you?
I had him as well. He was really, really great.
And for me, I feel like the experience like I had since the beginning was when we actually study with like the business people, that we are stand out as like the cool one. Like, oh yeah, we're from like aviation. You're not like marketing or like accounting or anything. We're just aviation.
Yeah.
But like until the last 2 years that we actually like jump into like more of like aviation things, I was just like, yeah, I get excited. I see more aviation faces. I graduated with Mason as well, which is like amazing.
I think taking the aviation courses were great for kind of the same reason. You're meeting more people like you, the same interests, and it's a great opportunity to network and just make new friends. Like, I still have some friends that I've known since my first or second year.
And I think for the structure as well, I think it's like pretty driven. Like you can kind of take as many courses at UFV as you want. Like it's not like you're pushed to like take the full course load if you don't want to, right? When we're doing our flight training, like that's almost a course or two probably in itself. So structuring it kind of at your own pace is really good. So I found that with the diploma is really good. Like if I had a lot of hard courses coming up, I could kind of step back from aviation a little bit, still train, but I could focus more on the courses that were difficult. And then when I was taking more easy courses, then I could kind of come back and do more flight training. So structuring it together was really helpful as well, in my opinion.
And there's like the best thing I think about it was the structure is you can kind of place things where you wanted. I was doing 200 level courses in my third year, and I did my 200 level courses my first year. It kind of worked well for my schedule. I picked the courses that I knew I was going to do well in and balanced that with the flight training. I think that really helped me succeed in both aviation and my academics.
So I started my flight training because I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it or not. And then I really enjoyed it, and I was like, oh, I want to add something to my flight training. So I decided to go apply to UFV, and I got in like about 2 months after I started flight training. And then it was all done simultaneously together until I finished both of them. Did you start together, or did you do them separately, or what did you do?
Like my plan initially was like start flight training first, but like COVID hit, so I kind of like start my UFV first, and then like I think the second semester from UFV that I actually joined Chinook, and then I finished Chinook, and then I finished UFV. So pretty much like simultaneously, I can fit it into the program itself. Yeah. How about you guys?
I had a bit of a different journey from you both. I started my license when I was quite young, so I had a lot of time, and I transferred to another university. So I finished my privates, and then I came and did about a year, maybe 2 years of just straight academics at UFV, really enjoyed myself. And I jumped right back into my commercial, and I finished my commercial off by roughly just about the last semester before I graduated. And then I graduated, and I continued on with my aviation studies here as an instructor.
Wow,
And
interesting.
different.
A lot of things happening.
And you, Eva?
I kind of did a similar approach to you, where I started the flight training and then went into university. I was doing them at the same time, and then I sort of decided to take a break from the flight training and focus mostly on the degree, and then sort of go back to the flight training when it was the summer, I had a lighter course load, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Summer flying is so much better than winter flying.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too, though. Like, you can structure it that way, where you do fly more in the summer and take less course load, right?
Yeah, or
That's
even,
why
like
the flexibility of it is great, right?
And even like the course itself, like you can take a summer break, and then like you can take 3 months off, just focus on flying, and then focus on like UFV right after.
I just think like whoever takes it, like even just out of the four of us, we all kind of took it in a different way. So like there's like it's like kind of like paint your own picture, do what you want, right? Which is really good.
There's a lot of variety, and it's very flexible, which is
Yeah.
an amazing thing.
Yeah.
You know what? At Chinook, it has to be that first solo flight.
Yeah.
That's, you know, a very common answer, but it's definitely a standout.
Yeah.
I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool experience.
I think for me it was the commercial license.
Flight test?
Oh, that flight test was so stressful, but once you passed it, it was the best feeling ever. And then if I could say one about UFV, it would be probably my new business development course, getting 100% on the final paper there and on the exam.
There you go.
99% overall.
I didn't get near that.
For me, I feel like a lot of things happen during the 150 nautical miles, and it feels like I'm like a part of like a pilot, a real pilot, before even have like the license itself. And
Yeah.
that's my goal.
I had lots of highlights from my training. Obviously, first solo, huge. Commercial, huge. All your cross country is really cool.
Yeah.
On top of that, like just the instructors at Chinook, like I was really thankful that I kind of stayed with the same instructor throughout my whole entire training, which was really cool. And I felt like it wasn't just a revolving door of instructors. Like you kind of got to keep with one or two instructors throughout your whole entire training, which is like very unheard of in flight training. So that was really cool. Shout out Bob Salloway, he's the man. But all the instructors are great, and I'd say that was probably one of the biggest highlights. They keep you to like a really high standard and they want you to succeed. And then furthermore, on the UFE side of stuff, all the professors are super helpful, super nice. They're really interested in aviation, like the aviation courses. They want you to succeed, they want you to do well.
Yeah, I agree. The instructors are, or rather the professors at UFV, they're always super accessible. Really, really easy to talk
Yeah.
to. And I think the small class sizes really help contribute to that. You know, everyone feels very approachable and easy to ask questions,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
When I joined UFV after the degree, I would want to actually stay in Canada and then continue working. That's why like UFV Internationals actually stands out a lot.
What's happening now though?
What's happening now? Okay, so this is nerve-wracking, but a week ago I got a call from an airline in Vietnam. I would to be announced after my type rating, but I got an offer for the FO position for the Airbus 320, and I'll start.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Actually, it's like right now my hand's still shaking right now. But I would love to, maybe after my job in Vietnam, I would love to go back to Canada and then continue my aviation journey here. How about you guys?
Well, since graduating UFV, I've just been doing been using some of my business degree. I've actually been doing strategic management and planning for some of my local gyms in the area and just local businesses and just helping them build a plan for the future. And I'm still working on my instructor rating, but soon, hopefully, I'll be working on instructor position.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. We've been sort of working through the instructor rating and just having a great time with it and really looking forward to instructing.
What about you, Callum?
I was lucky enough that after I finished the instructor rating program, I was hired locally at a flight school. And I've been working there for about a year and a half now instructing, so I'm putting my training from Chinook into use and carrying on the traditions of Chinook to other flight schools, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, just instructing and then hopefully soon take the next step in my aviation career. Maybe get hired on an A330 in Vietnam, possibly.
I'll see you.
I'll see you there.
I'll see you in Vietnam. You never know.
No, take the next step and hopefully get a multi-job or something soon. That'd be pretty cool.
So for getting that first job, how did you go about doing that?
So really, the biggest thing was the people at Chinook are known throughout the Lower Mainland and even BC and even Canada that they carry like a big weight with their name. So just having that on my resume and having those instructors on there that I've trained with, like I would say it was like probably the leading cause of me getting a job. So after I finished my instructor rating, I handed my resume to a school locally and they're like, oh, you know, so-and-so. And I was like, yeah, he did all my training. And then they're like, okay, we'll set up an interview with you tomorrow. And then I ended up getting the job. So I was super thankful for that. And it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, very similar to what happened with the other two that you were with from Patty and Reed. They got hired pretty quick after that too.
I think doing the instructor rating here as even multi-IFR, like there's so many connections throughout the whole industry, especially in Canada. Like the industry's so small that like people know people, and if they know someone that you've trained with, like you have a better likelihood of getting that job. So I'd say like that was like a huge impact going to Chinook.
We're going through the instructor program right now, and I would have to say going from a commercial into an instructor position, you need to really fine-tune your abilities and your skills and really be prepared for every and any situations. And I think that the mentorship here is really structured, really fair, and it really tells you what is to be expected. And they really want you to succeed here. And it starts from day one when the principle and the objectives are set out. And I feel like at Chinook, they really want you to succeed in this, and the mentorship that you get here is some of the best you could find anywhere.
Yeah.
I think you can speak more on that because we're doing the program together right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just so valuable having so many instructors in the building who have so many hours. There's always someone there to answer any questions you might have. And that's just really, really valuable.
I'd like to add to that, even like leaving Chinook and going to a different flight school, like I would have no problem, and I have in the past like phoned prior instructors to ask some questions like, oh, how would you teach this student this, or how would you do this? And like they're still helpful to this day. And I haven't been at Chinook for a year and a half, and I'm still in contact with people to ask for help and stuff like that. So the mentorship is like next level, like so many people there for you, and they want, like you said, they want you to succeed, which is really nice.
Yeah, I think just I came from a different flight school initially before I came here, and it's night and day. The school really cares for their students, and they really want people to succeed, and just big difference.
Same with UFV. Like I'm sure like with what you're doing with like the gyms and stuff, if you had any questions and you had the email to professor, they would answer you, right?
I've reached out a number of times when I couldn't quite understand how to help a problem, or how to use a particular model. I've reached out, sent emails to former professors, and super helpful. They just say, oh, you know this, just remember this, or they give me a couple of pointers, and from there it's really simple.
Have any of your prior instructors helped you with interview processes and like applying to places?
Yes. Before the interview, I had a panic attack because, such a big company, and then like I don't know what they're gonna ask. My instructor said one thing, it's like one big thing I still remember until now. Like until now, you have done so much things. Just an interview, just an interview. That's so close. Even if you like bong this interview, there's so much more that you can achieve later. So just keep going on. Because of a panic attack doesn't stop you. That's just like a big takeaway for me.
Just start the process. Reach out to an academic advisor at UFV. Reach out to the inquiry team here at Chinook. They're going to get back to you. They want you to succeed. They want you here. And just start. That's the biggest thing I would probably tell somebody that just wants to begin.
Yeah, just take the leap. It's a really, really great program, and flight training can be really, really fun. So definitely take the leap, give it a try. It's worth it.
I would have an idea of what to expect, but don't also go into it with like so many expectations, because like, if you look at it from like day one to like the end of it, it's so much, and that can be kind of overwhelming. So like if you're just starting, like you said, Mason, like talk to people at UFV, talk to advisors, right? They'll set you up with courses to take and like kind of set you up with a good plan, and then come to Chinook and talk to people at Chinook. But if you look at like the big picture of things, that can be kind of overwhelming. So I would agree with both of you guys, just kind of take the first step.
Yeah, for me, like as an international student, I feel that studying at both UFV and Chinook actually helped for the career path after my flight training and like the degree after I have. Because right now, what international students wants the most is pretty much like work, like be able to actually work right after your degree and everything. And then with the help from like the counselor, the advisor, like immigration advisor, everybody at Chinook as well, that's actually it's equipped you for like a better career in the future. Please bug the advisor, like they are there for their job, and they are there for you. Sometimes like as an international students, I would be like afraid to reach out, and I would be afraid to like sometimes they be busy, but the thing is they are there for student, they're there for us.
I think it was close to here. I started here before going to university, right? So I kind of came here, went for a tour, and just fell in love with the place, and then kind of looked at UFV. It's in very, very close proximity to the airport, so that was great. Really easy to go from a class to a flight, back and forth, and the program just looked great. It looked like it was going to set me up with the knowledge I need to enter the industry.
I personally went to UFV obviously because of the program, but I talked to a couple different universities that might have offered the program as well, or similar program, I guess. And I found that like the ease of getting into UFV, like the process of it was a lot easier. Like Lauren said about the immigration too, it was like very straight to the point. Like, this is what you need to do, this is how to do it, and that was like pretty straightforward. Like the application process to get in was like really good, and then on top of that, the application process to Chinook was also very easy as well. But how about you? Why did you choose UFV?
Well, I started actually at a different university, and I knew that I really wanted to fly, and I just wanted to pursue that more. And I knew that UFV had a program for it, and I decided to make the leap. I moved away from my house, my home, and I started living here. It was very affordable in Abbotsford, and I had a lot of opportunities come up, from working to just going to school and coming to Chinook here, where they took really good care of me when I came for a tour.
I agree with everybody, like opinions, honestly, because I think the only I think I'm gonna add to it is pretty much like UFV for international students is approachable.
I know for myself personally, going to UFV really gave me a lot more of the know-how of everything. Kind of coming out of high school, I just thought there was a lot of things I still need to learn, and going to UFV really rounded me out and gave me more information and knowledge that I was missing. And then, you know, on the flying side with Chinook, I think it really helped me develop my critical thinking and making initiative on doing things. And I think that was things that really helped me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, getting a business degree in itself, I find, has really helped me, just even in day-to-day life, in my current job. And it's really, really good knowledge to have. Add the aviation part to that, and it just sort of gets you ready to enter the industry with an understanding of the organizational side and what's going on in the cockpit as well.
A big thing I learned from UFV and like taking university courses as well was like time management, I guess. Like having a lot of things to do at the same time, and then relating that back to aviation, right? Like getting your first job, like there's a lot of steps that you need to go through, like procedure wise, to get that first job in the industry and like progress in your career. And I felt like just being able to do like great time management with all these courses has kind of like gave me a good basis of like life lessons, I guess, of like how to manage my time better to like take the next step in your career.
Disciplining yourself.
Discipline,
I wouldn't change a single thing. I'm so happy with my experience at Chinook and UFV.
I'm super happy with my decision to go to UFV and Chinook. I wouldn't change it for anything. It was a great experience, and if you're deciding to do it here. It's the way to do it.
Yeah, 100%. Not by force, by volunteer.
There you go.
Not by force.
I wouldn't change it for anything. I loved every step, every journey, all the ups and downs. I loved the whole experience.